You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Blake Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Woo, woo, woo.
From 30.
From 30. Okay. I got a pee, so I'll be right back.
Last Man In podcast number 118. And it's a dark day for all of us.
No, it isn't.
Because two Jets are leading scoring categories.
It is
And
dark.
Donald Trump is becoming the president of the United States
As
of America.
Dan stated,
It's dark for everybody. It's about 6 o'clock.
As Dan stated in our group chat, the end is near and nigh, clearly, because Scheifele leading the league in points, Laine leading the league in goals, and Trump is a president. We can only
It's
one
over.
of those can
It's
continue,
over.
and we already know it's Trump. So
It's over.
Lots to talk about, obviously. Trouba signed with the Jets. We'll talk about Laine and Scheifele scoring so far. Who I believe the true standout is of the Jets team this season. Their goaltending situation, along with some Moose news, Vegas, and some updates there. We'll talk about the Vancouver Canucks and their recent woes. Definitely what happened last Friday in Montreal. And we'll talk about two rookies who are making a splash who were not named Laine or Matthews. And then we'll talk about the LA goaltending situation as well, and some other stuff as well. So let's start right away with Trouba Gate is over.
It's over.
Finally signed, 2 years, $6 million. He'll get paid $2.5 for this season and $3.5 for next season. We'll go to Dan first.
It's kind of anticlimactic. Like, it came out of nowhere. It wasn't even like, they're talking, something might get done. It was like, they signed Trouba. Like, there was no build-up. It was just, I was very surprised. I was very surprised when it happened. I'm surprised it's a bridge deal, too.
are you?
I am.
Who's his agent?
Overhart.
Okay, well, Kurt Overhart.
Yeah, but
His nickname should be Kurt the Bridge or Traded Overhart. That's what
okay,
it should
but
be.
Kyle Turris, Ryan Johansson,
I remember
now Jacob Trouba.
the first thing people said is, he's going to get traded right away. That's the first thing people said.
I don't think the Jets
As
would have
it-
signed him to this. if they
As
wanted
it's
to.
like as more information's come out, as Trouba's talked, his agent declined to comment at all, which is interesting. He didn't.
Oh,
he,
so maybe it was the
he
agent.
declined. I don't know. It's interesting. Everyone thought right away, they signed him, he'll get traded right away. I don't think so. The Jets never wanted to trade him in the first place. Their hand was forced 2 months ago, and they didn't do it. So now that he's under contract for 2 years, their hand's not even close to being forced.
The only one that
Unless
missed out is Trouba in the Heritage Classic.
Unless he becomes a big problem in the locker room, which I don't see happening, because watching him back with the team, watching him on the ice, he looked happy. He was joking around with the guys, listening to what he said after. He said a lot of the right things, whether how true. Like he said he's the trade request is gone. He's committed for 2 years. Whatever the team wants me to do, I'm going to do it. Glad to be back. It was never about Winnipeg. It was never about Canada. I stood up for what I believed in. So if he's telling the truth, then I give him props for facing the media and, setting the record straight. If you want to read between the lines and say, is he actually happy, or is he just playing until he eventually gets traded? I think it's very possible that he could, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon, simply because the Jets don't want to trade him.
And on that room part, Blake Wheeler came out and said, and I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but it was along the lines of, this is what we fought for as a players' union, the right to have that ability to hold out for what you believe is right, and you can't hold anything against a guy exercising the right that we as all players have. So you can't really hold it against him. I'm happy he's back. I do have a hot take on the whole situation, but I'm going to let Cam fill us in with what he thinks first.
Jacob Trouba? I'm excited that, well, as I just said, I just want him back in the league. I just want it, it's shitty watching, or I guess it shouldn't, but it's disappointing watching players, and from my perspective, it seemed like his agent was kind of pumping his brain a bit, saying you're better than this, you don't need this, wait it out, you'll get more. But then it's clearly as Dan mentioned, or I don't know if you mentioned yet, but he told us in our group, how did that deal get done?
Allegedly, Kevin Cheveldayoff was in Detroit 2 weeks ago, and he met Jacob Trouba at Tim Hortons. The most Canadian negotiating tactic ever.
Yeah.
But
And
That's how you get
no agent or anything?
no agent.
Okay.
They met. They talked, and I guess that kind of got the ball rolling. And then, over the weekend, they came together and signed the deal. I'm getting a vibe that this wasn't the agent. I feel like Trouba I feel like he legitimately got tired of sitting out and just said, "No, I'm going to go back."
Oh, I think so.
Because he was interviewed during the intermission of the Jets game with Sarah Lusky, and he said over the weekend about November 4th, I was sitting at home and I just said, you know what, it's time to go back. He said he was watching the games on TV, and he said seeing the comebacks and watching the team play, he said he missed it a lot. I think he would still welcome a trade down the road, but I also think he's kind of said, you know what, I'm going to go back, I'm going to play my hardest, and that will get taken care of when it does.
Oh, yeah, and I mean,
But-
I'm sure he can also help with that not having to come back as well, because he's a pretty solid defenseman himself, and whatever side he decides to play on, wherever they put him, he's going to help the team. He's not going to hurt the team.
My hot take on this, well, I think there's two options at this point, before I get to my hot take. There's two options. He plays out the rest of his contract. They offer him a new one at the end of this current contract, and that could actually be more favorable in his eyes, because he could get a 5-year, $7 million deal very easily, or $8 million, depending on how well he plays over the next 2 years. The other option is it's a very cap-friendly deal for teams to take on, and they can move it. My hot take that I've kind of thought of over the last little bit is Cheveldayoff didn't want to trade him, but he didn't want to have a dead weight on his salary. Didn't want to have that, I guess it's not on their salary, but on their roster. So he was probably trying to move him, or had phone calls with people to move him. I think, or part of me believes, that they had a trade in place with the team, but there was a condition that Trouba had to sign with said team, and they just could never agree to terms. So the trade couldn't actually be done. So with that being said, though, I'm very happy he's back with the team. I hope he doesn't get traded. I hope he continues to be a Jet, and I hope he continues to grow with this young core, because I want to see him be successful in a Jets jersey and in this league.
I think it's good for both sides. I think both sides gave a little on the bridge contract, because even to what you said about the trade, Bob McKenzie, I was reading, he wrote, he said if he doesn't think that signing a contract was an issue, because he said Trouba could have signed the same bridge deal with any team if he got traded there, right? So, what was I saying until I forgot? I think it's good for both sides, because Trouba's going to play, I hope, play like a bat out of hell for the next 2 years, wherever he plays, to prove his worth on his next contract, or to maybe to entice another team to make a better offer to the Jets too. Maybe there's that side, but he's going to play like a bat out of hell to get a good contract, and that's only going to help the Jets.
Now, to put this in kind of perspective, PK Subban held out for his contract, and then signed a bridge deal. He didn't miss any games, but he did hold out for a little bit. Signed a bridge deal. Then after his bridge deal, made $9 million a season. That's his current contract. Obviously, Jacob Trouba was not going to make that much, but this isn't necessarily leaving money on the table right now. This is the potential for him to make more as time goes on.
And he has arbitration rights for after the 2 years is up. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be in a very good position to negotiate for himself in 2 years.
Yep.
Wherever he is.
Now,
I wouldn't be surprised if he's still here in 2 years.
No, and neither would I. I would prefer to see it, but I also believe that there might be something in the works already, because
potentially
Ryan Johansson signed his bridge deal. We all know he got traded for Seth Jones from Nashville to Columbus, and Johansson went from Columbus to Nashville. And then we also know Kyle Turris was signed sometime in November, I believe, and then he was traded in December from the Phoenix Coyotes at the time to the Ottawa Senators.
Who did he get traded for?
I don't remember.
To the best of my knowledge, though, I don't remember those players coming out and saying my trade request is off the table. Mm-hmm. Whereas Jacob Trouba has come out and said, no, it's gone.
I don't want one. Yeah.
So to me, if he gets traded quickly now, that just doesn't seem likely to me. But I guess you never know.
Now let's talk about two other rising stars, young players for the Winnipeg Jets, currently leading the league in different categories. Both Laine, with 11 goals this season, leads the league in goals, and Scheifele with 18 points leads the league in points.
Right, and as of today.
Yes.
Right now.
November 10th.
For 2 days, they have led the league.
And Scheifele is, I believe, number 2 in scoring.
He's
goals.
tied for second,
Yeah,
yes.
with 9 goals.
Yes.
Now, it is a great thing to see, and I'm not going to try to shit on it too much, but I think it is time to, what, Cam? What am I going to do?
Pooping on Patrick's line. Come on. Pooping on Patrick's line. Baby. Pooping on Patrick's line. We're pooping. Yeah.
If I was a part of the media, I would write an article saying, I think Patrick Laine is a generational talent. You do not see a player of his caliber, his ability to shoot the puck the way he can, and get to the right spots. I was at the game on Tuesday when the Jets played Dallas. His 3 goals he scored, by the way, he got another hat trick. That's 2 this season. He's only the 4th player.
11 goals in 14 games played. He's 18 years old.
Yeah. He's only the 4th player, I believe, to score 2 hat tricks before he turns 19 years of age. Other people on that list are names.
He's the 4th player with 2 hat tricks in his first career 14 games played.
Okay.
There's 3 other players. He's the 2nd player to have 2 hat tricks before he's 19.
And that would be the other 2 players before the 19th birthdays: Jack Hamilton,
Yep.
Trevor Linden,
Yep.
and also
Dale Hawerchuk.
Dale Hawerchuk.
Those are the 4.
Oh, here, I'm going to name a real quick fun fact more about Patrick.
He's the
Laine.
first player to have 2 hat tricks before 2019 in almost 20 years.
Yeah.
No, almost 30 years. 28 years.
Yeah, he's the first rookie with at least 11 goals through 14 team games since Alexei Yashin had 11 in 93-94. Most goals through 14 team games, player younger than 19 in the NHL history. Let me name. Guy who's number 1 on that list now, Patrick Laine, with 11. 1983-84, going back a little ways. Greg, you have this guy's jersey. Steve Yzerman, number 9. Number 81, year 81-82, Dale Hawerchuk with 9.
Yep.
Hawerchuk, Chuck. And obviously, we all know this guy. The number 4th on this list.
His number 4?
He's earned the number 4th because he's
Number
terrible.
4th.
93-94, he was the first overall pick with 8 goals through 14 team games. Bust. The definition of a bust.
Alex Legg?
Yep.
Wow. Now,
some more stats. While we're on it,
Jesus.
I'm just going to throw him out. He's the youngest player with a 4-point game since Sidney Crosby in January 25th, 2006.
I'm okay with that because all Crosby records need to fall. He's terrible.
He's the first.
So good.
He's the first rookie with multiple hat tricks to his first 14 games, according to this.
Okay.
Here's the stat I like the best. So Patrick Laine, first 14 games in the NHL, he has 11 goals. Teemu Selanne, first 14 games in the NHL, 11 goals. Yep.
Hold on, I also have a stat for that to follow up.
So don't read too much into it because he's not going to score 76. But it's very interesting that
let me read this
he's on the same pace.
From NHL Numbers on Twitter, at NHL Numbers, Patrick Laine has 11 goals in 14 NHL games, equal to 65 goals over an 82-game pace, which would be, what, how many shy of 76, Greg?
11.
Correct.
So his pace has to pick up.
Did you not know the math there? So
no, I was just trying to quiz you.
Okay.
I have the answer right in front of me.
Now, do you want to know some other stats about Patrick Laine?
He also leads all rookies in points with 15.
So,
yeah, well, I fucking hope so. Pardon my language.
I know. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. He only has 4 assists?
Yes.
Greedy bastard. And I bet you those
I know.
4 assists are like the Kovalchuk assists?
The rebounds?
Are they?
Or the
No,
Ovies.
no.
They're actually
Okay.
they're actually legitimate assists.
Now, we're going to get to the pooping on his lane part.
Yeah.
I think he also leads the league in power play goals. He's got 5.
But we also know a
Hold
player
on,
who led the league in power play goals, and he never came to true form.
Are you? Who is that?
Justin Falk.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. No, because I was going to say perennially, Giroux and Simmons are monsters on the power play.
Oh, yeah.
And nowhere else.
But here's the stat that I think is the most alarming with these 11 goals so far. A 25% shooting percentage. So far this season, Laine has only taken 44 shots and scored 11 of them. Generally, a 25% shooting percentage is not statistically sustainable.
Yeah,
So realistically, this is going to start to fall off. It's been great, but and I'm not going to shit on him too much. But the truth of the matter is we have to understand that this is an anomaly that we're seeing right now. Because 25% shooting percentage is not a regular thing. Most players, including Alexander Ovechkin last season, who led the league in goals with 50, had a 12.6. Kane, who was second, had a 16%. Averagely, you're going to look at players normally around 10 to 11%. One of the best scorers of their time right now is Steven Stamkos, and he's a pure goal scorer. He's, I think his best season is 17%. So this is going to fall. But Not to say he's not a fantastic player. However, do expect a slight increase of shots not going in.
Well,
coming.
and 25%. I mean,
1 for every 4. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's so awesome.
this is an anomaly, and nobody saw it. Like me as a Jets fan, I'm shocked. No one saw this coming.
Yeah, like even
But
watching the highlights, we're like in the
but-
summertime, we're like, it looks pretty good.
His shot though, holy man! Like he needs no room at all, and he can rip it top corner. Like not just hit top corner, like it's a bullet. Like honest to God, I don't know if I've ever seen. I don't even know if Ovechkin has that good of a release. Ovechkin has a great
with
shot.
the power and the accuracy.
With the power and the accuracy, with as little, like it's crazy to watch. Like,
You know what?
It's Kessel plus Ovechkin
yeah,
plus
like,
Stamkos.
which
wow.
is terrifying.
Equals Line A.
But you know what?
it's he like I don't know like the most goals by a rookie in the last few years. I don't know what that number would be, but I remember at the beginning of the year people were like, yeah, 15 to 20 goals, he'll be good. It's looking like he might double that. Or triple that.
I think 30 is a reasonable thing for him to go for. Which means he only needs to score 19 more times, which kind of is sad. The fact that we have another
60 games,
68 games, and he's only going to score another 19
What's
times.
the rookie goal record?
76.
Shit.
76.
Right, I'm a dumbass. The moment that left my mouth, I'm like,
Okay, so here it is. If you look at the top 100 players in goals for since 2005-2006, exactly 3 players have a shooting percentages above 15, let alone touching 25. They are Steven Stamkos, 8th in goals since 2005-2006, and he's only been in the league since 2008-2009. And he has 319 goals over that span for a 17.1% shooting percentage. Alex Tanguay, he's 87th overall out of that top 100.
God, let's hope he...
For
please,
175 goals.
Please, hold on.
18.1% shooting
Whoa.
percentage.
That's a scary drop-off, guys. That's... Tanguay
And
only
then
takes...
Brendan Morrow,
No!
168
Oh,
goals
no!
over that time, 15.3%. So
But,
only 3
but
players.
shooting percentage
Please.
it's so relative to how much time the guy plays, how many shots he
I was
gets.
going to say...
No,
like,
it's not.
Tanguay-
Well, yes and no.
Totally. If a guy doesn't play a lot, but he doesn't get a lot of shots, but happens to score in a lot of his shots, then his percentage is
What is Andrew Ladd's shooting percentage? Is that guy, like...
6.
Is it?
No.
I don't think he
0.6.
shoots... Oh, no, I thought he'd be, like, crazy high.
He's
'cause-
got 1 goal this year.
No, not this year in general. I'm only asking because, like, when Ladd was
yeah.
here, he didn't shoot a lot, but when he did, like, a lot of them went in terms of, like, they were garbage, but they went in.
Yeah.
But if you look at Tanguay, you look at Morrow, what they have in common is they're not guys who are typically going to take the shots. They're the guys that are going to bury the garbage goals. Mm-hmm. And that's where that shooting percentage increase comes from. When you look at Stamkos, who's probably the most pure goal scorer other than Ovechkin right now, and maybe even Corey Perry, you could argue, is in that, but his shooting percentage isn't as high. But with Stamkos, the goals that he's scoring, he's just picking the right spots. The difference with Line A is it doesn't matter where he is. He doesn't just score a shot from above the circle. He can score on a rush. He can score rebounds in front. He's always in the right
He can
position.
score.
Deflections,
He
he's
can
got-
score when 6'4"
He's got
guys
two-
named Adam Lowry.
He's
are in
got
front
2
of him.
deflection goals in the last couple of games. He can,
But-
he's
Yeah,
showing
yeah.
he's got some
I saw
diversity.
those.
The truth of the matter is this will fall. The question is how much, and it's going to be an exciting thing to see. I think
don't think, like,
30 and above is realistic at this point in time.
he has the shot. He has a good enough shot for that percentage to be higher than it should be. Not saying it's going to be 25%, but his percentage could be... He's the kind of guy, no matter where he is, when we get
It
the
is
puck,
unrealistic to think
could
that
go in.
any player in the NHL can sustain a 25% shooting percentage that's
No.
playing first line minutes.
Yeah, but his percentage, it's not unreasonable to think his could be higher than the average, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
man.
I
Okay,
thought
I was
you were
like,
saying
Dan,
higher than
you're out of your mind.
25%.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying...
He's scoring
no.
15 shots.
I'm saying it's going to drop, but it might
Yes.
not drop by a ton.
No, he'll be above that 15%. He'll probably be in the 16% range, potentially,
But-
with that shot. But the other thing is defensemen will learn how to play him, and goalies will learn how to stop him.
Does he?
Or try to.
And there's still 60
try to.
games. He still might go in a slump. He still might get hurt.
He's a rookie after
He's
all.
a rookie. He's
Let's
gonna-
not hate him if he starts sucking.
Wait, where's the All-Star game this year?
I don't remember.
Hold
LA?
on.
No.
Does he have 30 goals by the All-Star game?
No.
30.
No. He'll have 25.
No, but like
No,
normally,
25.
normally the
I
goal
think he'll
leader
be
has
close.
around 30-ish, just around there.
You also
But
have to keep in mind, too, though, teams are going to go after him. Because teams are now learning how dangerous he is.
He's big.
I would have thought
good on
Dallas
the
would have
body.
learned, because when they played Dallas 2 weeks ago, he scored twice against them. And he got a hat-trick against them on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
I would have thought that they would have learned. Like,
Your move, Dallas. So you have Tyler Sagan, Patrick Laine.
almost half his goals are against Dallas.
I think it's actually
Which
Patrick.
is kind of fun,
Like, did you
but-
hear him? I heard an interview where they said like, "Oh, how do you say your name?" And he said like, "Oh, Patrick," and it wasn't Line.
Got a weird
it was
accent
like
to it.
Laney or Lane.
Yeah, but before we move on, I just want to say my general thoughts on the Jets this year. They haven't played perfect games, but they've been a hell of a lot of fun to watch, and they've never quit. They have as many third period comebacks this year as they do in the last 4 years. Now, remember last year they were down after 2, game over. They didn't come back once, I don't think, to win.
Maybe they can start
This
playing
year,
with a lead now.
4-1, they were down against Carolina in the opener. They came back and won in the third period. Toronto, they were down 4-0 late in the second. They came back and won. They were down 2.
Yeah, it's Toronto suck.
Hey.
Just kidding, Greg. I'm just kidding.
They were down 2-0 to Washington at home with 5 minutes to go in the game. They tied the game. Granted, they gave up the game winner before overtime.
But they got points.
But no, they didn't.
Oh, shit.
In the other game against
Yeah.
Washington.
They were down 3-0 the next game, going in Washington, going into the third period. They tied the game and lost in overtime. And they scored 4 goals in the last 10 minutes against Detroit.
Whose job is that?
Against Detroit to win in Detroit.
Whose job is that? Which coach is that to keep a lead? Get a lead.
With 7 regulars not playing.
They're better without. We already know.
Oh, I know,
They're
but
way better without.
but the young guys are coming. It's nice to
Coming
see
in.
that finally. I think they're starting to put it together.
Shifley's the other guy with an anomaly shooting percentage at 23.1, so that's also going to regress. That was the other thing I was going to bring up.
Didn't you have a fun
He's
stat
also-
about Mark Scheifele?
he's
and
also
how many
on-
points he's had.
He has 50
So-
points in his last 39 games, going back to last year.
Is that number
Well,
one?
sorry, that's 52. Or
He's on pace for over 100 points. If you extrapolate to a full season, he's on an over 100-point pace in his last 40
Whoa,
games.
hey, they got to play the Flyers twice, all right? And Radko Gudas?
There we go.
How many points does Radko Gudas have, Dan? Please tell me.
5.
He's got
He's
4 or
got
5.
4 points in 8 games. Oh, does Scheifele have 0.5 points per game?
Shifley-
Shit, he's got more. Damn it!
Shifley's got 9 points in his last
I hope-
3 games.
I hope Gudas has. If Gudas maintains this insane pace that he's on,
He's going to have
half a
41
point a
points.
game. Oh my God! If Gudas passes 20 points,
He's
sign
worth
me up.
every
I'm getting that jersey.
worth every cent
that
that they
ugly
paid him.
50th anniversary
Ugh.
atrocity.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I also think, forgotten in the shuffle, Nick Ehlers has played really well in that line.
know what?
That's the true
Friend
standout
of the
in
show,
my eyes.
Buster.
He's got 7 points in his last 3 games, and he's got 11 or 12 on the year.
Oh, friend of the show, Carrie, has been ranting. And my goal, like,
He's-
Carrie's listening right now. Ehlers been playing great. I've been just, no matter when I'm talking to Carrie, I'm just like, oh, Jets are trash. I just want to see how mad I can get him.
Yeah.
Now I'm giving it away so I won't buy in. But Ehlers, he just loves Ehlers. And I was like, we were watching the junior game the other day a bit,
Yeah.
like WHL versus Russia. And I was like, oh, German Robkov is awesome. And he's like, it's Robsov. I'm like, I would know. Carrie was right, first off. But my point to get him mad, I was like, yeah, players with S's in their name are trash. Trash. And he's like, oh, so Wayne Simmons is double trash?
There you go.
And I'm like, no, shut up.
There you go.
Piss.
I hear players with X's in their last names are just shit.
That's got to be. I think
That's
Giroux's the
true.
only one in the league. Actually, I don't think. Name another
Oh,
player
fuck.
with an X in their name.
I
think
can't crap on Giroux. He's my fantasy team. Ooh, he's doing good.
Ooh.
He's
You
doing
got power
good.
play
Okay.
points.
I have to
Oh.
say this. Okay, I have to say this. I have Line and Shifley on the same fantasy team in one of my leagues. The game on Tuesday against Dallas, they combined for 34 points.
What the
2
heck?
players.
What kind of
34 points.
GM league are you?
Plus
Who's
mi-
your GM? He
plus minus
sucks.
counts, too.
Ah, come on.
That's so stupid.
Why
Plus
does
minus
plus
is the worst
minus
stat.
count?
I hate it because it kills me because I lose all my points. But
Hot tip.
34 points in one game for
Hot
2
tip,
players.
you might already know. Don't draft Gudas if you need plus minus. Do not. Do
If
not.
Pim's counted, I would definitely take it.
Penalty minutes. But if you had Vancouver Canucks players or Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday night for that game, you would have had lots of points penalty minutes, which
What was that about?
we'll get to in
Okay,
a bit.
okay.
But first,
Oh, and guys, Jets are in a playoff spot still.
Oh,
So-
I just
No, they're
realized.
Don't. Yeah, there.
while they're
They're in wild-
Oh, we're
20th,
starting
they're
now?
wild card.
We're starting it now?
I
Come
they're
on.
20th in the league. They're
Whoa.
4 points out of last
Hold
place.
on.
the Western Conference is not very good
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Hold on.
I'll pull
This
it
is
up.
this is a month into the season. We just
I'm-
dropped playoffs.
I'm dropping the
Wow.
playoff bomb.
Wow.
I have to get it in while I can.
I think the Flyers are not in the playoffs right now.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Jets are in the second wild card spot.
Oh, okay, but 20th in the league right
We
now.
got it. We're,
Yeah,
we're
well-
putting a hushy on that one. We'll
So
we'll
here's-
be back.
here's the
We'll
issue.
be
West
back
is
in
weak.
January.
Here's
West
the
is
issue
weak.
I want to go back
Go.
to. Goaltending. Both goalies currently are above a 2.9 goals against average, with Hellebuck with a slightly better goals against average than Hutchinson. I believe he's at 2.93, and Hutchinson's around a 3.13. Then they both have under a 906 save percentage. Hellebuck at 905, and Hutchinson in the 880s. Both are not very good. Not very good at all. This is the number one problem that they need to address. And I think part of the issue with this is stability on defense. Sherrod and Postma have looked awful at times this season.
Together, yes.
And I think it's time that we try something else there. And I think having Trouba back will help this number stabilize because there is a lot of high-end scoring chances that teams are getting. It's not like they're shitty goals. Like the game against New York the other night, they lost 5-1 to the Rangers.
I didn't watch.
There was 4 goals that weren't Hellebuck's fault. There was somebody in front. There was a good shot. Whatever it was, I can't blame Hellebuck for them. And it just seems breakdowns on defense keep happening. And the Jets, to be a playoff team, they can't keep relying on third period comebacks because it's not always going to work against good teams. You got to start having your goalie make that save, but you also have to have your defense be better and your forwards be better in the defensive zone. The one knock I have on the Scheifele line and Ehlers line is they haven't been that good in their own zone. They're great if they have the puck, but without it, they seem a little lost. It's not a slight. A lot of young lines experience the same thing. You could talk about it with almost any team in the league. If you look at their youngest line, they're not going to be great defensively, but it's something the Jets have to work on if they're going to make the playoffs. Never mind if they get in to actually win a game, they have to be better defensively. Oh, yeah. And those numbers have to increase.
Growing pains. I mean, it's still early.
Are they gonna?
It's still early.
Are they gonna call up pass?
No.
Really?
No.
You guys are just riding it.
You have to ride it. You committed. You have to ride it out.
Okay.
You're not sending Hellebuck back there.
I honestly think I don't think they thought they were going to make the playoffs this year. And if they don't, I think they're okay with it. I think
a month into the season.
They want to ride it out.
This is insane.
They want to ride it out.
Are we on Reddit right now?
And they've finally moved away from the rotation. Hellebuck's going to playing his 4th straight game today.
Oh well, yeah. I think we all knew that Hellebuck was top dog.
Well, but they were the first 10 games they flip flop no matter what.
Oh, I'm going to correct myself right now because I know only one person is yelling at this still. I said Laine scores when there's a guy who's 6'4". Adam Lowry's actually 6'5".
6'5".
And Joel Armia, I didn't know he's out 4 to 6 weeks with a lower body injury, which is actually an ankle.
Sean Matthias is out 4 to 6. Brian Lill's been out since the first game. Drew Stafford's been out for 2 weeks. Matthew Perreault's been out for a week. Tyler Myers missed a week. Mark Stewart missed 2 weeks. Do you want me to stop?
No, that's a lot of people.
Okay, that's it.
The only one that I came across my
Those are all the guys that aren't playing. Actually, Myers came back. So those are all the guys that aren't playing.
The one guy that has stood up and looks fucking good
is
Nick Patan.
Oh, yeah.
No!
Who was I supposed to
Not who
say?
I was going to say.
You know who also?
Shakes!
Well,
He's
been all there. He's been there all year.
But Patan? How long has Patan been up for? I haven't watched the game.
Perreault's been
like
out.
2 or 3 games.
Oh, okay.
And he's looked very good.
Do you know who's played well since coming up? Marco Deano.
Yeah,
He's played really. He's got
I'm
3
sure he
points
doesn't want to
in
go
4
back
games.
down to the A.
He drilled the Angry Ginger on Tuesday. It was
the
great.
Angry Ginger.
Jordy Ben.
Yeah.
The useless Ben.
What happened to? He's injured. Cody Eakin.
Yeah, he hasn't played all year.
Yeah, no, he's.
But you have to keep in
And they were
mind, too,
missing Sharp and
Dallas.
Hemsky's out long term because of the World Cup.
Spezza's hurt.
He had surgery, didn't he?
Yeah.
Dallas has.
What is going on?
Dallas
with
is probably the
Central
only
Division?
team that
They're
has
like,
more injuries.
We're
than the
going
Jets.
down, guys.
Yeah.
Sugar, we're going down, swinging. We're taking number 1.
Yeah.
Is that one song I got?
Hawks had
Dallas
the worst
is hurt.
power play or penalty kill for a while. The Nashville Predators have not looked up to form.
When do they ever look up to form? Do they have a form? Come on.
They're supposed to have a form
Did you
this
see
year.
supposed to be
Pekka
better.
Rinne save like a year
Yeah.
candidate?
Jeez.
Bring back the flops. I love it. That's where you get the crazy saves. Pekka, I don't know what the hell was going on his right leg. It looked like he got stuck on the behind the net, and then he literally threw his stick and he's like, "Ugh," and just launched his left
His
arm in
stick
the
got
air.
stuck in behind his pad.
Oh,
so what
that's
happened?
what happened.
What happened was, if you watch, is he's trying to push off his leg to get to power move across the net, but he gets a weak push off. His stick gets caught, so his body's contorted, and he just throws the rest of his limbs at the puck and makes a save,
The
which
greatest
makes
save of the year.
makes it look great. So this team moving forward, obviously, they just have to bear down defensively. They have to be a little bit better in the first 2 periods, and we can see that they have the scoring power. This is the first year that I think Jets fans believe that if they're down at any point, they have guys who can come back and score. It's the same feeling that when, I remember, I think it was the 3rd year the Jets were here. We were playing Chicago, and we were up 3-2 going into the 3rd period, and then puck gets on Tave's stick with a minute left, and he scores, and then scores again in overtime.
Yep.
He scores twice before overtime's over.
Yep.
That team scored twice. You just know because you're like, well, Taves and Kane are out there. Like, they can do anything.
Now it's
the
Scheifele
Jets.
and Scheifele.
Line A, Ehlers.
Last thing.
Oh, Scheifele's out on the patio with his lane turns.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I have to say this. The guy that's impressed me the most, Brandon Tanev. That kid is good.
He
Oh,
hits everyone.
He is so
He
fast.
hits everyone.
I
He's
saw
the
his
fastest
highlight.
guy in their team, and that's saying something with
And he
Wheeler,
hits-
Ehlers, and those.
Postma.
Wow.
Postman won fastest skater last year. Can't forget.
Tanev is going to be a very,
He-
very good player.
I saw
hits
Tanev's
everyone.
second goal. That
Hits
one
everyone.
for sure went in. The first one, I was like, I don't know if that went in. And he's like, woo! No, that went in. I know it did. No!
I like how they literally the play kept going and Toronto reviewed it and Toronto blew the horn. They're like, yeah, stop playing. There's a goal.
Yeah.
The referees didn't even blow the play down.
Oh, man.
They literally
Yeah, well,
they
had to keep
flagged the
cele-
guy at the Joe and he's like he pushed the horn.
Yeah. Oh, he had to keep celebrating Tanev
was
because
like-
if he was celebrating and that wasn't a goal, Paulie Momo would have had some fun in practice with that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as much fun as Mike Babcock had in practice with
We'll
the
get
Leafs,
to
though.
that in a second.
Oh, we're still getting there. All right.
Moose droppings first.
Ooh, dropping
Moose,
him.
4 straight wins for the AHL affiliate of the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
The guy that leads the team is Jack Roslovic.
Oh, you should let me guess.
Who do you think's
I was going to guess one.
Who's
who do you
leading
think's
goal
the
scorer?
leading defenseman?
Goal
In
scorer.
points?
In points.
Kostelik.
Churchman.
Who's the leading goal
Churchman.
goal
Oh,
scorer?
you mean Schurman. What?
Goal scorer.
Zerman.
Leading goal scorer.
Leading goal scorer? Peluso. Who's who gonna ask me?
Quentin Howden. What's his shooting percentage, Cam?
Oh no. 38.
36.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not
Jelly.
joking.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he didn't get called up.
Does Jack Roslovic have a chance of getting called up by the Jets
No.
this year?
No, they're gonna let him play in the AHL, and if he makes the team next year, he makes the team next year.
This is his
Perfect, I like
college
it.
years, guys.
This-
Come
I know.
on.
I
Same
agree.
with Brendan Lemieux. That kid could be on the team too, but they're gonna let
That
they're
line,
gonna ride him out.
that line
What's
of,
the line?
Kozmachek.
No, it's Peluso,
No.
Lemieux, and Roslovic. That's the line for
Oh,
the Moose.
They did have, when I watched them, they had a line of
Oh, okay.
Kozmachek, DeLeo, and Lemieux. That line could easily be the third line for the Jets.
I went-
no problem.
I've
But
been to 2 games, Peluso, Roslovic, and Lemieux, and they're a good line. They're for an AHL, they're big guys. They can move the puck well, and
I also thought
Fun
that
to watch.
the other guy that was, that looks good. Howden looks AHL fit. That's his fit. That's where he's going to thrive. He's going to be like a Chris Bork of the Hershey
Chris
Bears.
Bork.
And if anybody remembers Chris Bork, you're a Manitoba Moose fan because you remember how much he killed the Moose when Hershey played them in the Calder Cup
Remember
finals.
that Giroux guy too? Not Claude, but number
Oh,
11.
Andre Giroux or whatever
Fuck
his name
that
was?
guy. I don't care what his
do
first
you know who
name is. He's
also
a
was on
dick.
that team that won that Calder Cup?
Michael
Matthew
Woodruff?
Pro.
Matthew Pro.
Matthew
Oh,
Pro.
I remember him. I don't remember him that much, but I do.
I
remember
don't
him
at
being
all.
a fucking dick.
Who
I
was
don't
it? Did
at
they have
all.
Olsner
Arctic.
and or Carl? They had Olsner that year.
They had Alsner.
Or was it
Alsner.
Carlson?
And they had Varlamov in net.
No,
No, they had Newberg.
No, they have Neuwirth.
Neuwirth.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Neuwirth.
Yeah.
It's so funny how that was
Still
in
hurts 8 years
2009 and
later.
we still...
it still hurts.
I still
Ah.
remember. We were together.
Well, remember when you and I were there when Jaffrey got the Hattie? And he's just like, woo! Woo! And just celebrating, everyone's like, ah, it's time! Oh, no, wait, what is it? What was that song, the goal song? No, come on!
I don't remember.
Come on, get it.
I don't remember.
Let's
I don't
go.
know.
Piss.
I just
could
remember
make-
it was like the darkest day of my life because the Moose are losing 4-0 in the third period. And they're like, at the break, they're like, "Oh, the Pittsburgh Penguins just won the Stanley Cup," and I was
Yeah,
like,
come
"Fuck!"
back to goal.
It was a bad day.
Oh, that's the song. Yeah. Bring it on home, home, home. That was the intro song. Downloaded that song because a friend of mine found it who I went together. That's the fucking chorus of the song. The rest of it's hot to rash.
Oh.
But that 10 seconds, the Moose looped it for an hour. He's like, bring it on home, home.
Can't blame him.
I got so I'm sorry. Get too
Okay,
excited.
let's move on to the mailbag now.
Yep.
Vegas seems to be getting a name and a logo November 22nd.
Yeah, we already said that.
No,
Yep,
we didn't.
Desert
That came
Nights.
out
Bring it
today.
on.
Or that came
Oh.
out yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. So, wait.
It's
Their
the official
announcement
date.
that they made was, we're making another
No,
announcement.
announcement.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm in. You know what? I hope the Vegas
an announcement
the
for
Vegas
announcement.
sandbags. I don't know.
The sand.
Sand dunes.
Sand dunes. I'm okay with that.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, so last minute bids all around here. Well, we obviously have another episode before this happens. What do you think the team name's going to be called, Cam?
Las Vegas?
Dan, I already know what your answer is.
Desert Nights.
Yeah.
They gotta do it.
Damn it. I want Knights. I'm okay. No, you know what? No, I'm going off the Hawks. No, they can't.
They can.
They can't
Yes!
use Hawks.
Damn it.
And they can't... I thought
Aces.
they also couldn't use Knights.
Oh, they can't use Aces
Can
either
they not
because
use
that's
Knights?
legally owned by
Yeah.
Alaska Aces.
But it's also because it's... No, because something to do with gambling, and they don't want it to do anything with gambling.
Not gambling?
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to get the Vipers Las Vegas Vipers.
Oh.
That's awesome. I'm okay with that. What's that? What's that when two letters start? Like it's like Vipers. Peter's pipe. Like P and P. Come on.
What?
Like where it's like Okay, like
Alliteration?
Cameron's cabin.
Like alliteration.
No, is that it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's.
I'm pretty sure it's alliteration.
Okay. Anyways, I like those Las Vegas Vavavoos.
They call them,
Vav-
slots.
No.
Is that allowed?
No, it's gambling. And then you're like, no, we got it. And there's a dude. Never mind. I'm not going to tell what I just did. Yeah.
So, so you're going with what?
Vavavooms.
Vavavoons?
Yeah.
What are you going with?
Desert Knights.
Desert Knights is good.
Okay, Desert Knights, Vavavoons. I'm going Vipers. I still think Bandits would be an awesome name, but Vipers I'll
Aces
go
would
with.
be good.
Bandits is my 1B, but I still like Vavavooms a little better because
Okay.
what's going to be the logo? I don't know.
Do you want to get your phone ready? Because we got to make a phone call here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We got to get Jim Benning on the line. Because we got to
Okay.
talk to him about Vancouver's last 10 games here.
I don't know.
Remember when they were 4-0?
I
I'm
haven't
like,
watched
guys, it's
any of the
fine. They'll be
highlights.
4-4 in
Has
a
Jim
week.
watched any of the highlights?
I don't know. But they were 1-8-1 in
man.
their last 10 there, Jim. What do you have to say about that?
No, I mean, sometimes when you sign contracts, I don't want to sign Louis. Okay, I don't want to sign Louis. I want him for Barcelona. But we signed him anyways. And out of the 1-8-1 that he's got, I mean, we're 1-8-1 in the last 10, you tell me?
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been Vegas.
Including an 0-8-1 stretch in there.
Oh, wait. Well, hey, let's look at the upside, okay? Louis Eriksson.
You lost 6-3 to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
You lost 6-3 to the Maple Leafs. They won. The win is Louis got a goal, okay? How much am I paying him? You want to tell me that?
$6 million.
That's okay.
For the next 5 years.
Oh, fucking Jesus. I'll pay a gold. That's pretty sweet.
You're paying him currently $6 million per goal. How do you feel about that?
I'm paying your wife back $6 million. What do you want?
I want to know how this team's going to get turned around. Do you still think they're going to be contenders this year?
Well, okay. I don't know about this year. I mean, we're doing okay. But we got to look at the long term. I'm going to not protect Bo Horvat. And I'm going to try and trade him.
Why did you send Jake Virtanen down to Utica?
Why wouldn't I? Can you even spell his name? We didn't. You know what? Honestly, it really came down to a jersey decision. The jersey makers are like, Jimmy, we ran out of E's. There's too many Edler jerseys being sold. And I'm like, all right, bring Jakey to Jakester. Jakey. So I was like, hey, Jakey, ever had a breakfast bagel? And he's what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm being sent to Utica.
Wow. As usual, Jim Benning, entertaining as always. Thank you, Jim.
No problem, anytime, boys. Hey, you know where I can buy material to make more jerseys? Because I'm going to have to send one of the Sedins down, and it's going to be Daniel.
Is it because Daniel got hit really hard?
You know what, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I kind of fist pumped when Kadri hit him. I want Audi 5000 of those Sedin contracts. They're real old.
Who would win in a fight between Ryan Miller and Frederick Anderson?
Ryan Miller, Frederick Anderson? Oh, Freddie's got more vowels in his name, obviously. I need that vowel money.
Nonetheless, the Canucks are 1-8-1 their last 10. They were the sweethearts of the league, not leading for any part of most of their wins. They still have only led this season. Going into, obviously, their most previous win, it was something like 25 minutes this season. In like 12 games. They led for 25
So
minutes.
they've won 2 games?
No, they've won about 5 this year. Oh, you mean like how many games have they won over the year?
Period.
Like,
Won 4.
They're 4-8.
4-8-1.
Or 5-8.
Oh!
5-8-1.
Wait, they're dead last, right?
No.
Who is dead last?
Coyotes, aren't they?
Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh, when they lost the fucking All-Star.
They
Justin
lost
Falk.
Justin Falk.
I like how I'm trying not to swear and like, I can't. Justin the fucking All-Star Falk.
We're going to get to Patrick Spread later. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there.
Oh, yeah,
We'll get
right,
there.
I guess.
There was actually a stat thrown around that the Rangers, they had a 5-game streak where they scored 5 goals in each game.
Has that ever happened
They
before?
had more goals in 5 games than the Canucks have all year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we got to eat our words. Jimmy Vesey looked...
Oh,
Great.
I wanted to...
I'm sorry.
We're saving that.
Sorry, we're
We'll
teasing.
get to 'em.
We're teasing.
We'll get to 'em.
Okay.
So yeah, let's talk about Saturday night quickly. Obviously, neither of you guys watched the game because you guys
watching
aren't
Star
fans
Wars again.
of... Oh, that's
You know
not
what?
a bad
I saw
choice.
highlights on a game that happened on Friday, though.
Which game?
The Blue Jackets beat the Habs.
What happened?
10-0.
So-
10-0.
Why is Montoya in for all 10 goals? Let me tell you why. They don't want Carey Price to get hurt. So let's shell Montoya.
Price was gonna play. Price played the next night. They didn't want him to come in and get shelled, then have to play again the next night.
So theory, then carry a third fucking goalie, Montreal, because this could happen, and you just pissed off a goalie.
They literally,
Al Montoya.
One of the goals, the guy literally, he was cutting into the zone. He cut in the middle. He was about to get drilled. And he's like, and he threw the puck away, and it went top corner.
And Montoya just never saw it. Montoya didn't see it. He's like, what?
Oh,
what the fuck?
Damn it! Did you guys see the Ducks tweeted on Friday? They were like, Anaheim Ducks goal! Vermette, the former Yo, makes his old team pay 4-0. Columbus, because it was after their game, they were like, just 4?
Oh.
And then, hold on, because Columbus has a vendetta against a Sports Center in the States. Sports Center, they tweeted at Sports Center, okay, this is enough to make the show tonight, right?
10-0 is something else.
And
that's their only loss.
The NHL like Centennial
regulation.
season, it's like 100, and a bunch of Blue Jackets fans are like, "Oh, I fixed it," and it just showed 10-0, and it's like Blue Jackets hats.
My favorite stat: Al Montoya let in 10 goals in that game. Carey Price at that point had only let in 7 goals all year.
Dude, what did his shooting or his save percentage go from? Like
It
probably
dropped by,
say if there was 915, it's probably like 830 at that point.
It dropped by 0.2 almost, I think.
More than that. God, 10 goals.
Like 200.
Yeah.
From
Okay, I suck
from 9 something to 8, low 8.
It took me forever to figure out what the
bad.
save percentage meant until I think it was Carey. He pointed out, he's like, dude, move the decimal point too. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what is this point?
It's the same when you're I read a good article from Down Coach Brown today when he was talking about PDO, which is save percentage plus shooting percentage.
Okay.
So he's like looking at outliers. One of the outliers on that list is the fucking Columbus Blue Jackets. They're one of the worst teams in the league, but have a good PDO because Bobrovsky makes a lot of saves and they score a lot on their goals. They don't shoot a lot; they score a lot when they shoot. So it's like the high shooting percentage. It's going to fluctuate and come back down.
Oh, but because they pick and choose when to shoot, their PDO is great.
Well, they don't pick and choose; just goals are going in for them. Currently, Al Montoya has a 908 save percentage.
Does he?
908 save percentage.
Well, couldn't have gone on that. Couldn't have been that bad then.
Nope. Couldn't have been. That's all I'm seeing here. Yeah, 5 games played, 3-1-1 for him. So yeah, that was his first regulation loss as well, and that was the Habs' first regulation loss. But to go back to Canucks versus Leafs, Leafs won 6-3, but things got a little feisty when Morgan Rielly decked Jannik Hansen, then Nazem Kadri in the same stream of plays decked Daniel Sedin.
So hard his helmet came off and his face bounced off the ice. Face.
Mike
But
Richards,
he came
David
back.
Booth 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
But he came back and played later on in the game.
Okay.
But there was some really... blood was boiling in that game after Alex Burrows made it seem like he slipped and speared Morgan Rielly.
Because he's never done that before.
Dirty prick.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's put a pause before you continue. Coming from the same guy, Alex Burrows, who scooped up snow, put it on the blade of his stick, and pretended to snort it to Mike Richards' face. This guy,
Alex Burrows goes
gentleman.
He goes in the same room as Ryan Kessler. Like, just put those two in a room and just never let them out.
Both Manitoba Moose alumni.
I don't remember them for the Moose.
But nonetheless,
But they're the
so
players
sent
that
Morgan Rielly to
everybody-
the locker room for a second. Morgan Rielly comes out. First shift, Alex Burrows is there. They do some talking, share a couple slashes. They go. And then I think...
They actually fought?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Burrows dropped the gloves.
Burrows and Burrows got an instigated penalty. Hansen got an instigated penalty for going after Kadri after the hit on Sedin. Then there was another fight. I'm trying to think. I would think it was Derek Dorsett fought... fuck. God damn it. There was another fight.
He didn't fight Matt Martin, and
No.
Matt Martin was mad.
So then Matt Martin jumped rookie Stetcher, and he got 2 for instigating as well. There were 4 instigator penalties in this game. But what happened was Matt Martin jumps to rookie Stetcher. What happens? Ryan Miller then jumps on Matt Martin. Then Frederick Anderson comes from the other end of the ice. Miller got kicked out. Anderson got kicked out for leaving the center ice. Miller got kicked out for being third man in. Then there was another penalty. It was a gong show at the end of the game. 157 penalty minutes, I believe, in the third period of that game.
Old school
it was,
hockey. Love it.
It reminds me of the old Flyers and...
Ottawa?
Ottawa.
That playoff game?
Then who was it that said...
That was great.
who was the guy that said he's fucking dead? Was it Cassian?
Goodbranson.
Goodbranson. He said that Matt Martin's dead next time they play each other, which will be in December, so should be an interesting
Do you know what's
game.
going to happen in that game? Nothing.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah, exactly. So earlier, Cam talked about a certain rookie about 10 minutes ago, Jimmy Vesey. And let's talk about two rookies right now who are scoring, putting up points and helping their team win. Well, helping their team be successful at least. Jimmy Vesey was 10 points so far this season. And who would the other rookie be? He's not Austin Matthews,
Plays
William
for
Nylander.
Columbus, Werenski.
Yes, Zachary Werenski, the defenseman.
I was going to say Alexander
has
Wenger.
11 points through 11 games for that team.
Calder race this year is going to be like
Tight as fuck.
People thought it'd be Laine Matthews, but there's going to be a lot of other players in there.
Oh, you mean the other three Leafs, or the other two Leafs of Nylander, who got Rookie of the Month for October?
Nylander could be in there.
I said Nylander and Marner.
Yeah, the three.
And Marner, along with
I don't know if Marner will be in the Calder talk, but he's
right there. He's got 9 points.
He's playing well.
Oh, so you're just going to walk past Travis Konechny,
You know what my favorite thing was?
who had garbage thrown at him by Islander fans, and he caught it and threw it back.
That's how you do it.
I can't remember who I was watching. I was watching some YouTuber, and there was, what was it? It was like it was a Q&A, and somebody with they just put Hugh, Konechny fan, and he had a flyer thing, and it was a Q&A, so he asked a question, and he's like, I don't know how to say that name, but thank you for the comment, so we're just going to call you K, and then read his comment, like, it's fucking Konechny! That's not even hard! It's not even one of the harder fucking hockey names. Like Scheifele, or
when they spelled Sheffy's name wrong.
yeah. What other names are really hard to say in the NHL? Guys, don't leave me out. Puljujärvi.
Read that one. Bufflin. Read that one. Tell me
Yeah.
how it sounds.
Bufflin, Puljujärvi.
I'll give you a Kevin.
Konechny's not hard.
Kevin
No.
Churchman, the AHL.
Oh,
Yeah, Churchman.
Read that one.
Shane
Tell me how the hell
Gostisbehere.
that's. Yep.
I got Spurs.
That's
Well, his nickname came literally from the announcer screwing his name up. So that's where Ghost Bear came from.
So 11 and 10. Werenski's got 11. Vesey's got 10. Are we seeing the real new age of the NHL before our eyes this season? Never have we seen this much influx of rookies making this much impact on teams. You've got Pulkkinen, I believe is his name, on Montreal. No. Lehkonen.
Yeah, Pulkinen
Pulkkinen's the Detroit guy.
that got claimed by someone.
Lehkonen is the guy on Montreal. He's making an impact. You've got, obviously, Laine with Winnipeg. You got Connor with Winnipeg. You got the three rookies. Morrissey with Winnipeg. The three rookies with Toronto along with Zaitsev. You got just an influx of rookies across the league. I think it's great for the game so far this year.
It's been fun to watch hockey this year. It's unpredictable, which is fun.
And I guess you got two rookies in Philadelphia that really aren't doing much.
The top three goal scorers in the NHL right now, Patrick Laine, Mark Scheifele, and David Pastrnak.
Yeah, all young.
Who would have called that?
No one. And then close in there is also Tyler Seguin, who's also young.
Well, and Sidney Crosby's right up there too, but I'm just saying, those three guys.
And Sidney Crosby has a ridiculous shooting percentage right now too, so that'll also regress.
Sidney Crosby's just ridiculous.
He is ridiculous. Cam, do you have anything to add right now?
I'm trying to find a picture because there's
Oh.
Flyers fans are weird, and they have hockey.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I sit next to one once a week.
They have Flyer fanboy of the week, and they have stupid nicknames, and Travis Konechny, it's the connection of K-Town, or just so stupid. But anyways, no, I love the new NHL right now, and if this is indicative of what the future is going to be, I'm all aboard. The old school hockey games can happen once every so often because we like it that much more, and everyone pays attention to it. But otherwise, I like high flying games. I love 5-5 games or 6-5
Yeah, the
games.
scoring's been good.
Don't
so
play
far this
defense.
year.
You don't need to.
I'm a Flyers fan.
Just
They
score
don't
more
like
goals than the
defenses.
other team.
Speaking of, I just saw I was trying to find it, and there's a Flyers thing, and it's the Bay, me, and it's Bay, come over, me, I'm tired, Bay. My parents aren't home, and it's and then me, you sure? And it's Bay. Well, my dad's Andrew McDonough, then the front door's a blue line. Me, oh shit! Because Andrew McDonough's just horse garbage.
So is Red Cougars.
No, he's not. He's got
Then
4 points.
you know who's
Take
not?
it back.
You know who's not
Take
hard
it
garbage?
back. Who isn't hard garbage?
Peter Budaj. Posting a 7-3 record this season for the LA Kings, along with a 1.86 goals against average and a .919 save percentage. Who would have thunk?
See, LA Kings.
Peter Budaj.
Remember when he was in the AHL and Pavlik was in the NHL for the Jets?
The answer is inside of all of us. Dean, what are you doing? I see it. It's Peter Budai.
Oh yeah.
Hey, someone's got to be Drew Doughty. I can't be all of them.
You just
Oh,
roll
just
with
do it?
Just
Roll
roll
with it.
Hey, Dean. I think Peter could do it. I don't know. Can he do it? I thought the answer was in my screen. I can't see anything. No, I could do it. I'll carry this team. I promise. And you know what? Next year we got Carol Clegg from Brandon Weekends coming up. He's super sweet. Wait, is that just Cam? How'd Cameron get here? Fuck you, Drew. Fuck you, Cam. The answer is Peter Budai. I knew it all along.
Why is Dean Lombardi Batman?
You were here. He's got the Batman screen for all the answers.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on, it was 2 weeks ago.
I totally forgot.
Dan, guess
I was
what?
trying to
Lots
figure
happened.
out this.
Lots
I
happened.
was trying to figure
I already
this
have
out.
a list.
Dan,
You can't put me on a
You're
list.
on the list.
I already have a list.
I-
And you're all on it.
Oh, you
5 times.
I don't
dick.
even know what to say to that. Wow. Can we put Budai up as biggest surprise of the season so far?
You're damn right we can put Budai. Biggest surprise this season. He's gonna win the Jennings on himself. Who named his backup?
Jeff Zakoff.
I didn't even know that.
Here's my question: Is it wasn't a Batman screen? It was for Lucius Fox.
Your wife's Lucius Fox.
So my wife, Morgan Freeman.
That was a funny one, dude. Fucking last dude. Thanks, Jimmy. Anytime, buddy. Come for a good time. Fucking awesome. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye. Peter Budai's the best.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
All right.
You're gonna look back on this in 10 years and just be like, "Wow, let's see what happened today on episode 118." The fuck?
Yep.
The fuck?
I kind of like what he's doing, guys. I'm really with it. Jim, go away. I'm like, fuck off, you guys. She's pretty cool. Thanks, Jim.
Wow. I just don't have words. I just don't have words now.
You know who else didn't have words? Your wife, Box.
It's deteriorating slowly.
The downfall
Cam
of
watched
Cam.
Ted, and that was the end.
In other news, Dylan McIlrath traded to the Florida Panthers for a prospect and a conditional 7th round. The condition is, I believe, 20 games need to be played by Dylan McIlrath this season for the Florida Panthers. So there's that.
So their decor gets deeper because they really needed more defensemen.
Yeah. So here's the other thing. Canada-Russia series currently on. So it's the junior Russian players versus the junior Canadian players from all 3 of Canada's leagues, so the WHL, CHL, or WHL, OHL, and QMJHL. What have you noticed so far, Cam? Because I know you've watched it.
I watched both games.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only 2 full hockey games I've watched all year.
Yes, and
German. Russia, I meant to say German Robskov, or however the hell his name is. Not him. Russia has to adapt.
Axis, like the Axis and all the wars, like Germany, Russia. Are you now going to name Italy? Or
Yeah, I'm just going to name drop everyone.
Oh, okay.
The
History
Russian-
lesson. We
yeah.
not only talk about hockey, we can teach you about the world.
Mm-hmm.
We should not talk about politics because we are politically incorrect all the
Always. Yeah.
What do you mean, Dan?
What do you mean?
I'm not
I was
saying-
on Team Trump the whole time.
I'm not
'cause
saying
I
that like
was.
what we say is like politically incorrect. I'm saying like we're incorrect about politics.
Oh yeah, like there's
Like, all the
wrong
time.
with confidence always.
Guys, Hillary
History,
won, right?
We don't want
Yes,
history.
Hillary
Don't
did
touch
win.
history.
So
Greg will
Obama
ruin
got
history.
Obama got a 3rd term, because you can get a 3rd term in the States, right?
You got a 3rd arm?
No, 3rd term.
There you go. That's it. Obama got 3rd term, 3rd arm. That's how we do it.
Perfect. We're wrong with confidence. Continue.
Russia, I was watching this actually with Carrie as well. Russia has learned to play the North American style and adapt, and Canada needs to learn how to play as a unit, at least the WHL players. WHL right now, if we're going forward with this Team Canada, or this as Team Canada, like in terms of a bunch of these players, same problem as last year. You got to draft a 4th line, draft a 3rd line, draft a 2nd line, draft a top line. Don't pick the best of the best. They don't pass to each other. There's 2 guys. There's Sam Steele and his line mate. I forget who the line mate is. Either way, they don't pass. Like, they barely pass to each other. They pass, like in beer league, when you need to pass. That's the only time that Canada passes. Russia moves that puck, but Russia is angry and they're hitting way more than anything. It's crazy. This World Juniors, I love World Juniors anyways, is going to be so good because actually, like, Finland lost a bunch of their players.
But they still have some players.
They still have some players.
Julio Yarvi could be there.
You know what? One of my... that'd be terrifying. A dark horse pick, obviously. Like, even I went to the Golden Gophers UND game. UND has Tyson Yost, who will play for Team Canada. He's going to be top line PK, if my guess. He's like a pest, but he's so good. Like, he scored... Brock Besser, I'm gonna hate him
Brock
so.
Lesnar?
Brock Besser, Brock Lesnar, he's a prick, but that these shares that in common. Brock Besser is going to be on Team USA if he's not old, if he's not too old. Wouldn't shock me if he was a captain or an assistant. We're gonna hate him next year. He's gonna play for the Canucks. He's gonna learn from the best of what he wants to be, which is Alexander Burrows, which I wouldn't call Burrows the best, but if that's the kind of players they want him to be.
Roussel's pretty damn good at what he does.
Yep, there you go.
Everyone in Winnipeg.
Throw him in the room too.
People in
he's good
Winnipeg
at what
hate Roussel. It is hilarious.
He's good at what he does, but he does nothing beneficial for hockey.
The one thing I did...
He's good at kicking players' skates out and slew-footing people and making it look like an
I
accident.
missed the slew foot.
One of the things that he did,
and
I got to commend him for
really
what he
good.
did, is one moment in the
Turtle
game,
against
you knew that him and Thorburn, they're yapping at the face-off dot. Linesman had to settle them down, yapping again. It comes a chance where Roussel's about to go hit Thorburn and goes to fake into him, turns away, Thorburn slashes him, tries to fight him, and Roussel's just standing there you just took a penalty, you fucking dumbass.
No, he definitely baited him, but Thorburn should have just fucking punched him anyway.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Thorburn shouldn't have been oh yeah, no, fight me. Thorburn should have done what Bufflin did, just grab him and beat the piss out of him.
Oh, I saw that. I was
that.
wondering what
It's
the hell
what he-
that happened there.
that
So
was-
did Buff get anything for that?
No. There was a clean play, and then it just got rough, and gloves came off.
And
They settled it like men.
because he's a little rat.
They settled it like men.
But to answer your question, World Series is going to be
Swords.
great this year. Dark horse pick is going to be Sweden because they have a lot of
You mean
returners.
Liljegren?
What?
Liljegren?
Little chicken?
What word are you
You
saying?
don't
Little
know-
chicken.
Liljegren, or whatever his name is for Sweden, the second overall.
Oh,
prospect.
yeah, I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to try. I'm not saying, I'm not even factoring him in. Sweden's always in it, but Sweden, I think, in my mind, to my knowledge, has the most returners out of anyone, because Canada's not going to have too many.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Joe Hicketts is not there anymore. Tip in some more goddamn goals, don't you, Joe?
They got Nolan Patrick, though.
They're going to have Nolan Patrick, barring any injury, which I hope nothing happens.
Is it too early to start talking draft for this year?
We already started.
Yeah, we brought up playoffs.
You did Patrick's parade.
And we're talking
Yeah,
about
no. We talk about Patrick's parade because we want to let the
We're
viewers
talking about
know.
draft picks?
I mean, let's break down some of these draft rankings because they're already there.
They are, yep.
We
They
don't have
always
enough
come
time.
up.
No, that's too early.
Is it
It
too
is.
early?
It is.
It's not too early.
We'll hold
not
off.
too early to name the top
We started
five.
World
We
Juniors.
mentioned playoffs.
It's not too early to talk about the top five.
Top
Go.
five.
Patrick
rankings.
Laine. No.
Yeah.
Nolan
number
Patrick.
one.
Nolan
Number
Patrick of
Yeah.
the Brandon Wheat Kings in the WHL.
Yep.
Then you got Liljegren in the SHL.
What position does he play? Is he
He's a winger.
Right. Okay.
Then you got Costin.
Costin.
He's in the KHL.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
No.
He's probably on the Russia team right now for the Canada-Russia.
Oh, I know who you're talking. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I
Then
think
you
I know
got
who you're talking about.
Comtois. Plays for the...
Screaming Eagles.
No, Victoriaville Tigers.
Victoriaville. Okay. Yeah. I know,
the
yeah,
Huron JHL.
He's speedster. I know him.
And then number 5, this was all according to
Foot?
Button. Craig Button.
Who's 5?
Tolvanen.
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 What?
Plays in the USHL, but he's a Finnish winger. Because that's, what else they need. Another top 5 Finnish winger on that team. Fuck! If Finland does not... They're producing... It's just all of a sudden, one year, 18 years ago and 9 months back, they're just let's just...
Have all the sex!
to create all the best hockey forwards ever. It used to be let's create all the best goalies. Now it's no, we need forwards again.
You have to populate what you need.
Yeah.
We need wingers.
God.
Parents, get on it.
Evolution 101. Jeez.
But yeah, this Tolvanen guy is property of fuck. Nope, you didn't just hear the slogan for what's
Jimmy
that?
John's.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
No, that's me
their
forgetting what
That's the
you...
new slogan because last episode, while Maddie was on, I was telling Greg how I'd pick him up Jimmy John's. He actually has it in the car. A week
It's
old.
2 days old.
4 days.
4 days
Don't
old.
touch it.
But anyways, he's like,
I'm gonna
I'm
eat
like,
it.
oh, Jimmy John's, and Greg out of nowhere just, oh, fuck. And so we
No.
made him- so we're having a-
It was. We're talking about sponsors and
Because you realized you left it in the car. I get it.
Yeah.
No,
No. Last week when he
last
wanted
week.
it.
no.
Oh.
And then we brought up Jimmy John's as a potential sponsor, and I'm like, fuck.
And then we made a commercial where Greg and I
Yeah.
were just chowing down on Jimmy John's and going, oh, fuck, over and
You
over
didn't bring
again.
me anything?
And you just
You
walked
didn't
by.
bring me
You
Jimmy-
you didn't ask for anything.
I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, always is.
It is.
Fine, my mom's in the state. She's bringing me back because she loves me.
Tell her I want Jimmy John's number 4, please. Number 4.
What,
What's 4?
Turkey Tom.
I do the
Turkey
Italian
Tom.
Italian club.
Ooh.
Italian nightclub.
Ooh. Italian nightclub.
Isn't that what it's called? That's what it's called.
It comes with a free bottle of Dippity Doo.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, Tolvanen
And they
is
play
in,
techno
the,
music
is
when
in
they
the USHL currently, but he will be going to the. He'll be playing college, and the reason why I said oh fuck is I can't remember what school he's going to. I think it's Boston College. I'm gonna go off on a limb and
Let's
say
go with
Boston
that.
College.
It's probably wrong. So
If I'm wrong, it's because I'm extremely confident that I'm wrong.
Yes. No,
So-
you're extremely confident that you're right, so it's
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly. There we go.
That's what it is.
Let's go to Patrick's Parade now. Do we have a theme song again?
For Patrick's Parade?
Yeah.
Dan, give me a beat, please. Patrick's Parade.
Thank you.
That was a terrible beat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the song
No.
forever now,
Yeah,
by the way.
it is.
Unless you guys want to send in audio or anything, we'll play it for sure.
And we gotta have a pooping on Patrick's Lane.
Pooping on Patrick's Lane, come on! Pooping on Patrick's Lane, ah! Pooping on Patrick's Lane, yeah, pooping! And it's splattering today. That means diarrhea.
Vancouver Canucks, 5th last. Calgary, 4th last. Colorado, 3rd last. Arizona, 2nd last. And last place team is Carolina, which is where Nolan Patrick looks like he could be going.
That's okay, I'm okay with that.
But I'd prefer if it was Colorado. Because
No.
they need another centerman.
No! He has to go to Colorado. No, he has to go to Carolina.
Why?
Because then Nolan Patrick could
What number does Nolan Patrick wear?
19.
What happens in Colorado?
No! No! He can't! He can't!
He has
it's
to.
retired, he can't!
No, he has to.
Oh, shit.
He can still wear
What
91.
90s? No. No! No! I thought we moved past this! He's
Never.
playing in Carolina so we could be like, Nolan Patrick passes it off the half boards to Jacob Slavin from Denver! He hits a post, damn it.
For those wondering about the whole 19 thing, we had an episode way back when.
An episode, it was like months.
It was months where we discovered that many of Colorado's draft picks wore number 9, were drafted number 9, or in some way resembled number 9. Somehow, some way, they all were there. It's almost like we did as much math as those people who create those stupid, and the Indians were up 3-1, or the Warriors had a 3-1 lead. Like those guys who like create all those math problems, and they're like they blew a 3-1 lead.
Yeah. Or let me just leave this here. Fuck,
Yeah.
I hate that stupid Twitter.
Fuck people.
Well, no, when people do that, it's like, let me just leave this here that this happened because I'm trying to think of an example. I can't.
Like that guy that tweeted like 2 years ago to the day of the World Series. He's like, yo, the Cubs will play the Indians in the World
you know what
Series.
that's
it'll
called?
be
Throwing
finished by
shit
extra-
against the
And
fan
they're going to
and it
extra
works.
innings, and then the world will end. And guess what happened 2 years to the day?
Here's the other thing.
The
I
Cubs
can
won.
say outlandish things too. Like, I think in 2035 we're gonna finally figure that we've made contact with alien life.
Oh no, there's
I
lizard
think in
people
7
among
years-
us right now. Actually,
Yeah.
if you didn't know.
No, but guys,
See, like,
guys,
we don't
it's
know.
fine.
It hasn't been confirmed.
In 7 years, the Earth will go through a wormhole and will be transported back 3,000 years.
Oh no.
And
Can we live with
and we'll-
dinosaurs?
We will also reverse age.
I want to live with a dinosaur. I don't want to be a baby again.
You will.
I would love
You'll
to
be a
Imagine
baby,
being a baby?
in the middle of the goddamn canyon.
I would love to be a child again though, and just do this show yelling "fuck" at a 5-year-old. How can you get mad at a 5-year-old saying "fuck"?
That's a fire fuck kid. It's like, say fire truck, fire fuck. And the parents are like, ah, God. One more time, child. Fire fuck. Like,
But like,
Ah, fuck.
it's like it's one of those things where if there's a kid that like heard "fuck," obviously it's a bad word. People aren't supposed to say it. That's why this is explicit on iTunes. Is because
I've
we
only
say
forgot
bad words.
once, and then I didn't get a warning, but I just remembered like the half a day later. I'm like, gotta fix
Shit.
that. Damn it.
But no, if a kid's just like, "Ma, what the fuck?" You're not gonna sit there and be like, "Little Danny boy, learn some manners."
Whoa,
You're gonna sit
whoa,
there
whoa,
and laugh
whoa.
your ass off. Yes,
What
you
are
were
you
the
trying
first
to get
kid to
at?
swear.
Oh,
The first kid to swear.
You were
no.
out of your friend group. I
I like
guarantee
how
it.
I didn't even think of
Out of my
Danny. Just
friend
when
group?
you thought of Danny Boy, it's like, oh, Danny Boy, the cliffs are over, the cliff are over.
I know that's probably accurate. I probably was the first one on my friend.
Because I can tell you exactly the point. The first time I ever said "fuck,"
Oh yeah, when
I got peer pressure into saying "fuck" because I didn't swear until like
You got
peer
peer pressure to
pressure?
swear.
I never
What?
I never
You're
swore
like,
like
say it, Greg. It feels good.
yeah. That's
Made him
exactly
pin
what it
down with
was.
the
Oh,
seat of
was
the
it
neck.
really?
Yeah, it was.
Well, what grade was this in?
10.
In grade 10 is when you said your first swear?
No,
You're a goddamn-
first time I
Oh.
said "fuck."
In grade 10?
Yes, because I
Oh,
didn't
you
swear.
were 17?
No,
16?
15.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was. I was. That's why I swear so much.
You
fucking
tell
now.
me you saw a nude dude before you said the
Nude
word
dude.
fuck?
When did I see a nude dude?
Hockey, when you showered.
Dude?
I quit when I was 13. I never saw naked guys.
You didn't shower when you were 13?
No. I showered at home.
So you've never seen a nude dude?
He's seen us nude dudes for sure. We're playing the same hockey team.
Let me tell you, there's this wonderful website that I go to every once in a
We're
while.
going to play this game? All right, go ahead.
That has
Nobody
this
wants to know your
great-
browser history.
This
Nobody.
great link that gives you two women naked at the same time. It's great. I'm telling you, you guys should explore it. It's an awesome opportunity. You get two women at once. You don't need one.
I don't-
You
We're
need a guy
promoting
that-
porn.
I
What
don't.
are you doing?
I don't endorse anything
We're
Greg's
stopping
saying.
this right now and getting back to the... You're a liar.
This is almost as bad as his friggin'
No
like.
way.
I needed to distract you.
No
When Greg
way
starts
did you-
talking about cultural things,
Oh,
I get,
yeah. And Dan and
I get
like,
nervous.
whoop, get real quiet.
Yeah,
Literally,
here
like...
we
what's
go.
What's wrong with talking about porn? Everybody watches porn.
Yeah, let's not promote it here. Hold
Why?
on.
What's wrong with
You
watching porn?
didn't. No
I didn't
way
say-
did you... When your first F word was when you were in grade 10? I bet you I could make like 2 phone calls and find the answer to that.
I can tell you I said damn twice when I was a kid and got in trouble
Oh,
for it.
wow.
Do you know what else happened in grade 10?
Greg was a liar.
Greg
He's a
got
rat.
hit in the head with a coffee cup in a video.
I did. It's
he?
on the YouTube.
It's
yeah.
on the
It's
YouTube.
on the YouTube.
It's on the YouTube.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Thanks for listening. If you want to tune into
What
our
happened?
sponsor,
Jesus.
I don't even know what to call this. The half is the downfall of... I think it's just going to be the downfall of Greg.
Do
Or
me
the
a
downfall
favor.
of Cam, and Greg joins
Do me
later.
a favor. When you post this on Facebook, don't tag me in it because I don't want people to know that I'm a part of this.
Oh, no.
no one listens this far anyways. It's fine. No one stays for the porn part.
Except Greg.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong
Nothing,
with
but
it,
don't
Gregory.
promote it.
Why?
Well, like, okay.
Is it illegal to promote?
I'm going to end this. You're going to want to go to lastminutepc@gmail.com, YouTube lastminutepc, Twitter lastminutepc. If you want to send us an email about how you think about Greg's a liar, you let us know. Please don't send us porn links.
I'm curious.
No, it's you go.
It's going?
Keep
Okay. If people are listening, American users, send us your thoughts in the election because I'm just curious to know how people feel.
You just
Yeah,
asked them
actually-
to send us porn links, is what you did. They're like,
my
you know what
God.
I think of it? Boom, and then some guy's going to Photoshop a nude dude with Trump's face on it. No, seriously, yeah, I'd like to know.
Did you
I'll
see?
let you know as well.
Have you guys seen Trump NATO?
No.
Trump NATO, like Shark NATO.
I'll find it for you.
All right,
All right,
thanks
thanks
for coming
for-
on.